We even heard that this morning. Well, wait a minute. No, you didn't. Well, we almost got it right this morning. Anyway, it's Boogie with the Bull Wednesday morning caffeine. Make a quick change here. Randy Rhodes, all roads lead to home, genealogy, and a lot of other things. And William Ray from the Patriots Lab is with us this morning. And I think William Lockette is going to stop by a little bit later if he can. And anybody else is welcome to drop by too. We are live on my profile on Facebook, and we are live on my Boogie with the Bull channel over on YouTube, and wherever the Patriots Lab decides to dump us live this morning as well. Anywhere and everywhere we could be. So, gentlemen, let's opening statements, and then we'll start the testimony, for lack of putting it better.
Good morning, Mr. Randy. Good morning, Dave Glovin. Hope everybody. Good morning, Patriot Nation. Looking forward to a great show this morning. Looking forward to a great show. I'm sharing you out right now, brother.
Good. We will have a lot of fun. Randy, what did you bring this morning?
Oh, I brought my usual handsome face. And beyond that, you don't need anything else. Good morning, guys. I have to. I'm probably going to trigger Ray this morning, but that's what we do normally, isn't it? I've been a lifetime Republican. Okay, a lifetime Republican. My parents were Republicans. His parents were Republicans. I want to tell you what. I'm starting to have some concerns about Trump's decisions of what he's been doing lately. So, not saying I'm going to change the R to a D yet, but he's got some explaining to do.
As we pause for a moment, we acknowledge that some kind of helicopter has flown over my house.
They're coming for you.
Yesterday, my wife and I counted something like 250,000 train cars on a train that ran about 8 minutes long at a train crossing yesterday. I have never seen anything like that. And then it went up the road about 3 or 4 miles, and it did it again. I'm sorry. I cut it.
Those are the kinds of situations where it makes you be very concerned about, train derailments, because I understand the whole concept of a train, because those puppies can carry a lot of weight as opposed to 1,000 tractor trailers. But you get some moron who gets stuck on a rail crossing, or he tries to wait to the very last minute to cross the crossing, and not gauging the speed of the engine correctly. He causes a derailment. That's a lot of shit going off the rails, and you don't know what they're carrying.
You don't. You do not know what they're carrying, and I hope, like you said, that they are safe. Do you deal with trains out where you are, Ray?
Deal with who?
Do you deal with the inconvenience of trains running on the roads where you are, and it being 8 minutes worth of train when people on the road, I think, really wanted to be on the road.
Well, only trains I deal with are the long 10-mile long trains and shit. You got to sit there and wait about 15, 20 minutes. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that in for this type of life for nothing in the world. It comes with territory. Hey, if I gotta wait at a damn crossing for 15, 20 minutes while a 5-mile train go by to live where I can feel secure and protected and comfortable, give and take.
Yeah. The place I lived at before where I'm at now, I rent, and the house before me, when we were checking it out, I saw the railroad tracks right behind the house.
Mhm.
And I said to the landlord, "Oh my God, there's railroad tracks there." Oh, Randy, he said, they're not a big thing. You don't come every so often, so you shouldn't be concerned about that. So we moved in. Sure enough, 3 times a freaking day, that train goes behind my house, and right behind my house is a railroad crossing. And by law, he has to sound his horn to let people know he's coming. I want to tell you what. That horn going 3 times a day, it was a pain in my ass. So as soon as I could, we moved out of there and we moved into here. I don't like. Now I understand trains, but I got no patience for them.
Yeah.
Well, there lies the problem. You just don't have the patience. So don't blame it on the train. Blame it on yourself. But to get back to your point, Randy, we do normally disagree. That's why I had to sit back. I was like, oh, Randy's trying to trigger me early in the morning today. So I had to sit back and I had to recalibrate and figure out how I would approach the ludicrous statement that you just made earlier about you not wanting to put a D, but it seems that you're like so many others out there. Listen, this is one thing we have to understand. We don't live in a perfect society. As much as we wish we could live in a perfect society, we don't. As much as we wish we could marry the perfect wife and never have an argument, never have a disagreement, as long as we both shall live, as much as we dream that. You talk to any couple that's been married 50, 60 years, they're going to tell you, not possible. Not possible. Not diminishing their love for one another. So when I hear people talk, well, Donald Trump pissed me off here. He pissed me off there. First one, we can't negate all the good things. Border security, crime in the streets, tariffs, peace deals, strengthening the military. We can't forget all the good things, and then all of a sudden, oh, he didn't do what I wanted him to do. Oh shit. Look, where my parachute? We got to hold the line, bro. We can't show no. Hey, I don't have my medical. I do not have my medical right now. Something that I depended on for years. But why? Because so many, I know and understand, so many millions of people are on it fraudulently, and he's getting ready to clean up and the rolls and make people reapply, which I had to do. I understand. I'm not gonna get on the airways. Oh man, man, took me my medical. No. See, once you know who somebody is, you gotta ride. You gotta be their ride or die, dog.
Okay, a couple questions for you.
I think people are seeing it in the fact that I know people who are opening up mail from their insurance companies or their new insurance companies, and there's no premium. No premium is due. So people who are angry about this, are angry about the end of the ACA as we know it and the beginning of Trump Care or whatever they're going to call it.
If you need it, you're going to get
It's
it.
here.
But there's
Right.
only one way to clean it up. Especially when it's something as disastrous as what we carry here in America, you got to tear it down. See, that's the one thing about a builder. That's one thing about a developer. That's one thing about somebody. He just ain't coming in here to patch it up. He's like, we got to demolish the building, baby, and we got to put up a brand new one. And it goes with. I'm so glad I can understand that shit.
Ray, can I ask?
To some people.
Ray, can I ask? Well, why don't you have health insurance? What happened to it?
Well, what they're doing here in Tennessee, whatever they revamping, they took away my TennCare. So now I just got my disability, which I had I had my disability, Social Security, plus I had TennCare. Well, TennCare gave me a bunch of more shit. I got
what's TennCare?
It's a Tennessee program.
Oh, Tennessee. Okay.
Yeah.
But is it in a gray period? Okay. Is it in a gray period where it's going from Obamacare, if that's where it was?
I don't know the in and outs and the nuances.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, a lot of people I know complain because something stops and the new one hasn't stopped yet.
I just know I went to go make a dentist appointment one day, and they was like, "Well, you're not covered in TennCare." I was covered under TennCare for that. I was like, "What the hell do you mean?"
Yeah.
And then pharmaceutical company called me, and one of my scripts that they normally cover, they didn't cover. So I was just like, "But I ain't gonna shit about it." They were like, "Okay, Mr. Fagan, we're gonna have to send you the paperwork." Boom, 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 boom. Okay, send it to me. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. Just like SNAP, just like food stamps. A lot of people, all these people that, bro, when they coming back, they making people do what the hell they supposed to do, man. And I don't blame them, bro. It's about time we got a grown ass man in office. About time somebody's willing to just be the bad guy. Do what's right. Be the bad guy. Let mama be the good guy. You sometimes a household need you got to play the bad guy to keep the shit.
Yeah, sometimes we do. Sometimes America does.
Yeah, because as far as health insurance, I have UPMC for life, and I have to admit, I have no complaints. I don't pay anything for it. For the most part, all my prescription are paid for at 100%. I got no co-pays going to a doctor, I mean, that's the changes. I'm very, very pleased with it.
Yeah, it's all done. It's all done for me.
And I don't know what they're doing, but I'm happy with it. Like Randy seems to be that, we walk into my doctor's where I typically pay the copay and they don't even bring it up. Oh, we lost Ray. Whoop, he's back. There is a problem with Cloudflare out somewhere. There's an outage, and what they are is they're somehow internet distribution and everything else company, and they have an outage, and different parts of the country can be affected by it, or Ray hit something.
So Randy, what is it that my guy got your panty in a wine about? What did he do? Or what didn't he do?
Okay, so for the longest time, and it might just be like you said, is waited out. But I live in a household where I got a Democrat liberal daughter, mm-hmm. and I spend 8-10 hours or more in my office doing my job. So my wife's down there, and my daughter's talking to her, and she's twisting my wife's mind around with the liberal jargon. So I have to deal with that. But my concern was that for the longest time, Trump was against, from what I could see in my newsreels, was against releasing the Epstein files. And then then finally he gave what's her face Bondi to go ahead, and she only released so much or whatever. And then he turned on Green, the female congresswoman. and called her a traitor. Now she's going against him. Now all of a sudden, now he's all for releasing the Epstein files, and as soon as he gets my desk, I'll sign it. So it seemed like he was against it. Shit hit the fan, and now he's all for signing off on the Epstein file. I don't have any concern about him being there, unless he's. My only thought was maybe he has some friends because he has to know what's in there. I mean, I'm sure he's already seen all the names. But now all of a sudden he's all for signing it. In fact, I guess supposed to be signing it today to get it released to the public. But he just seems a little wishy-washy right now. I had a concern with with Saudi Arabia. Was it Saudi Arabia? He just authorized the release of F-35 jet fighters to them. Now, I understand they're giving us $1 trillion in business and stuff like that, but I'm always concerned about giving our enemy ally, not sure what they're at right now, our tech, because at some point we're going to be fighting against it. I'm sure. Obviously our guys are better trained, but I don't know. He just seems a little wishy-washy right now for me, and I'm just going to watch what he does and see what the blowout is. Now, from what I've been seeing about the Epstein shit, there's a lot of Democrats on there that are running for their life because they're being called out because their names in the emails. So,
well, let me address one at a time. Trump authorized 2 times to have the Epstein list released. The Democrats, on 2 occasions, shut it down. One thing Trump don't do. Trump don't play going back and forth with you. And Trump ain't going to allow you to dictate when you think he should do something. See, there's one thing about not understanding how somebody operates than not having faith in somebody. Now, we ain't got to know how Trump does the ins and outs, as long as at the end of the day, he does what he's supposed to do. He's going to release the Epstein files. Democrats are running for their life. Hakeem Jeffries getting campaign finances from him. Old girl Patchett emailing him while he's fucking going back and forth with Cohen on the stand, and a plethora of others. Trump nowhere.
Do you think?
So he's going to do what he's going to do, which is the right thing, because I know he's a good dude, but he's not going to do it when you want him to do it, how you want him to do it. No, he don't operate like that. So when people get all pissed off on how they think he should do stuff, go back and just say, well, Dan, what has he done?
Well, okay, now don't go down that street. I haven't jumped to the D. I'm just, it's like you're saying, let the shit wash out and see. Like you're saying, he has his own time schedule, and maybe his time schedule is not mine. That's probably where my, shortcomings are. He's done a lot of good stuff for our country. I can only hope and pray that at the end of his 4 years, that we get another Republican in. Otherwise, everything that he's done these past 4 years to make our country better is going to go out the window if a Democrat gets in. And if you look at all the European countries right now, they're all starting to go out into the streets and to get their country back and away from all the illegals. And then they're flying our flag. They're saying MAGA. They're saying Trump.
Okay.
The people in other countries are seeing what Trump's doing for our country, and they want the same for themselves. And, I can only hope that, Trump is able to convince the leaders of those countries to, hey, look, this is what your people want. Give them what they want,
And when it comes to the fighter jets, why wouldn't you? Dude, you're giving me $650, now you're giving me $1 trillion. Yeah, you're gonna go get it from Joe Blow anyway. That's like me. That's like I got arms and my dude across the street got arms, and somebody come into town talking about, yo, I'm gonna buy some arms. Well, dude, if I don't give it to you, my enemy gonna give it to you, and you gonna give me some money for it. So either way, I'm gonna have to fight. I'm gonna have to fight anyway, bro. And I know what I'm up against. I'm giving you my shit. I know what I'm up against. I made the shit.
You
Are we,
know what?
are we selling them?
What would be cute is if
Go ahead
what is
for a
that?
second,
If,
Ray.
you know, what would be cute if we sell them all our military shit, and somewhere hidden inside that shit is a kill switch.
But aren't we selling what, I hate to use this term, watered down versions of what we have? We're not selling these countries 100%.
Well, they're getting the F-35s, aren't they? The newest ones.
Yeah, but aren't we selling down? Let me bring Ray back.
See, they don't want me. They don't want me on the airwaves.
No. Are we selling? I didn't touch you, Ray.
I know what you.
But
I know what you. I know what it is. I know what it is.
aren't we selling these countries, even if they're allies, quote unquote, selling them watered down versions?
Yeah. I don't think we're selling them nothing hot straight off the press. Nah. We probably toting something out the scrap yard. Yo, y'all put that shit together. Put some powders on there. Throw some wheels on there. Yo, make sure that radiator hose working. Hey, make sure that gun work, but that one don't work though. But nah. Yeah.
Well, it's like Randy said, are we selling them an F-35 that has a kill switch that anytime Ray wants to hit that kill switch, you know?
Hey, you gonna fly against us? Hey, watch this. That's sort of like Star Trek, right? You know, and they're able to access the computer system of the enemy's ships, and they turn off their shields. We got you.
This is what this all boils down to, man. At the end of the day, we're gonna have to deal with these knucklehead socialists out here. We're gonna have to do whatever we're gonna have to do to handle them. Trump's merely laying out the blueprint for what it takes to run a country and to keep a country at the head of the throne when it comes to world leadership. But when it comes to a country as itself, that right there is going to take its course. It's going to come to a head. This is just year one. Trump can't do it by itself. And everything these people are doing is against the law. I don't care what they get on the airways and spew and what they spill. They're not going to stop Donald Trump from following and going by the law and the Constitution. I don't care what they get out here and scream. Jasmine Crockett, she on the show the other night, and Trump the pedophile, and this and that, and old girl said, you got proof? No, but that's why we need to go. I'm like, y'all are stupid. Y'all are just you just say anything that comes to your mind, and people believe that shit because I don't know why. But at the end of the day, as long as you're doing the right thing, dude, they're gonna pay a hefty price. They'll pay a hefty price.
I don't know why Jasmine has to act stupid. I mean,
bro, she's paid. She's paid to do it.
She's a bone certified civil rights attorney. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah, she's paid to do that shit.
Oops, wait a
minute. See, and these people, y'all, people need to understand. These little kids don't come in here with money. It's the old guard that's propping up the new fucking generation to enhance, because they know they can't do it. Oh, I'm gonna have a great show. Y'all tune in today, 2:00 Eastern. Hey, yeah. They can't do it, so they're like, yo, we got to catch these motherfuckers. We got to get our own. We got to give out Mr. Soros himself. We got to get our own. All right, let's go get some minions to go out here and do our bidding. And it's working, bro. I mean, it's working, but it can. If it's not real, it only lasts like gold. If it's not real, it will only last but for so long. That shit might be bright and shiny in the beginning. You might be able to take a couple of showers with it, go out to the club, flash. But there's gonna come a day you're gonna wake up and you're gonna have a little ring green shit around your neck. You're gonna wake up like that. And that's just what this is, bro. That's the actual and factual right there. Because the only thing that lasts forever is something that's real. And
Hey, did you follow along with the ICE raid in, I think it was Ohio?
what they doing in Ohio, big man?
It's that it was Operation something Spider.
I know they acting a fool in North Carolina.
What's the name of that book? Something Spider. We read it in the school as a kid.
Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web, yeah. Wherever that's Charlotte, wherever Charlotte's at, is that Ohio?
No, that's in North Carolina. You got me going. I'm like, oh, that's in North Carolina.
So that's where they just had the ICE. Was that in Charlotte? They caught over 100 people there, and the left is having a fit, but it turns out the 100 that they chose actually have a whole litany of crimes that they would have committed since being in our country.
This is the thing. And I don't want to laugh at this one either. But so I'm not going to, because a lot of people just don't understand. This is number one thing. If you have nothing to worry about and you understand what they're doing, like I'm listening to the governor of North Carolina. These people are coming in unmarked vehicles, just jumping out with the mask on. We don't know what they're doing here. You don't know Donald Trump has sent ICE down there. The vehicles that are unmarked and they get out with police and DEI. You don't know, and because I'm watching it. You're gonna get out there and they're scaring us and they're getting out with masks on and we don't know who they are. What are you talking about? I'm watching the video. It's clearly representing each and every last one of them with the damn shiesties and all that, so they don't be identified and be trolled and all that other shit on social media and all that shit. The vehicles clearly, unmarked, but they got them flashing lights like yours do when we're riding around. So that's something I don't pay.
From what I understand was she was notified ahead of time they're going to be there doing that. So he's just acting the act, for
so many of them live in these small towns in the countries, and when I say country, I'm talking about North Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida. Because see, once they got to the big cities and it was overpopulated and they realized they couldn't make it, they started the ones that didn't hear about what it's like to live in the South from YouTube and shit like that, or didn't have people already here. Oh, when they got to the big city, yeah, man, move down south, man. It's cheap down there. Yeah, move down there. Move there. Boy, they down here, boy. They got the landscaping jobs. They got the concrete jobs. They got the roofing jobs. Bruh. Now, see, I ain't going to sit up here and say, they illegal, because I don't know. I'm just telling you what I know. They got the concrete jobs. They got the landscape jobs. They got the roofing jobs. Jobs that little country white boys used to have. They don't have no more. So, it is what it is. Oh, they working on the fields. You can drive down the country for days. Tomato field, potato field, this kind of field. 15 yellow buses, 20 white long school buses over here, this and that.
Driving trucks.
Oh, but
yeah,
this is.
You don't want to get me started on that.
But to watch it develop, because I remember 3-4 years ago, they had them in not tents, but they were outdoor shelter facilities and shit out in Irwin.
Yep.
Oh no, they in homes now. They like 3-4 deep, family deep, living in nice big houses. I'm seeing 6 cars in the driveway. I go by the house and there's like 8 of them out there. They in the yard, they chilling. I'm like, wow, okay. Once again, I ain't gonna say they legal or illegal. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I know. because
You
I
know,
see.
unfortunately, they weren't forced to sew a letter on their clothing so we know who they are.
But yeah, a lot of them down there. But see, you got to understand, if you look at the people that are out there protesting, it's a small minority. So I don't get all infringed. And see, that's what people that's what we're gonna start talking about. Because there's a guy up in Dearborn, Michigan. He's had enough. I mean, he wake up. He's a veteran and he's a fiery cat. I don't know his name, but I'm gonna play his video. And he's at the meeting. He's begging Donald Trump to bring the troops in there because he's a troop and he needs somebody to have a back. He's waking up every day. It's a 5 to 10 mile radius where you hear that fucking. I'm like, yo, dude, what? In the past 3 years, you gonna start playing this shit in my community? No, if anything, we're gonna wake up to the motherfucking national anthem. You know, you wake up in your community and blast the national anthem, see how quick the damn police come. And you're being a nuisance. But up in Dearborn, Michigan, 5 to 10 mile radius, this shit is just blaring in the sky. But I got the videos. You would think it's another freaking country when you see 10,000 of them down there in Texas.
5 o'clock every
It's
day
crazy.
in some countries.
Yeah,
I mean,
let me give you a little taste real quick. Let me see if you can see this right here.
Yep.
Oh,
wait a minute. Come over here. I got it. There it is. There it is.
you got it?
I heard it. I got it now. Yep. Go ahead. Okay, there we go. We are back. Now we're kind of frozen, I guess. I hope we are kind of frozen.
Are you frozen?
No, I thought when we came back out of your videos, we were frozen, but no, we're okay.
But
now.
yo, there's that's in Irving, Texas.
Yep.
That's
in Irving, Texas. And there, go ahead, Ray.
That's in Irving, Texas. I thought cowboys live in Texas.
I thought
John. I thought that was where the manly man, big hat, cowboy hat, the steers and shit like that, and Texas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, and all that shit, the Western frontier and all that shit. That's what I was talking about. Because for them to be both, but in the past 24 months, there's been 28 mosques that have mysteriously popped up in Texas. And it is dude, they take over Texas, which I think they might be trying to do, and make Texas a stronghold.
They're going after the states with the seats because that's how they'll do what they're trying to do. They need the seats. They need the House seats. The Senate seats. I don't know how I feel, but I'm starting to feel that if you weren't born here, you don't get elected here.
Thank you. I mean,
I'm having a hard time with it totally, Ray, because if you came from another country and you did it the right way and you wanted to show your joy of being here, you might run for office and try to show other people what you did. But if you didn't come here the right way and you ran for office and you got elected, obviously there could be another reason for why you're doing what you're doing. I mean, if you listen to Ilhan Omar, she often says, I'm not here for the U.S. I'm here for what the U.S. can send to Somalia. I wish I was the president and I could say, hey, leave. We're not giving anything to Somalia because we can't even give stuff to our own. Apple doesn't give me a free cell phone. Apple, or somebody else doesn't give me a free computer. Someone else doesn't feed me, pay my rent.
We've been hoodwinked. We've been brainwashed for so long. This is the melting pot. This and that. Look, we've let people come in the masses and bring their own ideology and bring their own culture and claim stakes and patches of this country for their own. And now it's gotten to a point where it's getting into our government. They're able to fly their flags in the halls of Congress. They're able to preach values that do not align with this country. Whether you like it or not, this country was built on a set of principles, a set of standards, a set of ideas. And for anyone to be allowed to, one, be in government and go against it, but two, bring forth your culture, your ideology, no, that shit's crazy, bro.
Right. And I'm not going after everyone. I don't believe that all M's are bad M's. I just don't buy that.
No.
I mean, I know some M's that are fantastic.
Ain't your son-in-law Muslim?
My brother-in-law.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
Right, and he's a fantastic person, and
you don't judge him. We don't judge here. We don't judge. At Boogie with the Bill, we don't judge. They just judge.
We don't judge. If there's, if we can prove that someone is a bad person, it doesn't matter what letter religion.
So Randy,
if you're a bad person, you're a bad person. If you're a good person, you're a good person.
Randy.
So I just have to throw that out in there because I've left other broadcasts just because every M is a bad M. Well, no, every M is not a bad M.
Randy.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with your $2,000 stimulus check you're getting back next year?
You mean that invisible money is going to come to my house one of these days?
No, next year.
It's supposed to be next year. It ain't going to happen.
Okay, look. No, wait, no. Hold on, Randy, I'm doing a test. Randy, no, because, see, I get serious every now and again. So, if it's not going to happen, if you get it, let me get
If I get it?
No, listen.
Okay, we're not going to question about if you go into
I'm going to put you in the ledger because everybody that think it's funny, I'm trying to have them put their money where their mouth is.
I'm going to say that if the check shows up in your box or in your bank, it's yours. And what I think he's doing with the check is to show everybody that we're moving to what may be a tariff-based society.
Everybody not gonna get it. You got to be making,
not everybody.
Hang on a second.
Not everybody is going to get
Hang on a second. That's something. What the hell's going on here?
Go ahead, Ray.
When I was in high school a couple years ago, that was one thing they taught us in social studies. Was the tariff-based way of doing the business, because you charge the other countries a price on the product, either us paying you or you paying us. I mean, that the tariff situation is not a new concept. It's always been there. Just that he's the first one who's actually making use of it to hopefully take the trillions of dollars he's bringing in to reduce our $32 trillion deficit.
Yeah.
Well, I wish another president had come and done that.
Hey,
I like the idea.
no. See. This is where we get mixed up. This is why I like slowing the caboose down a little bit. This is
Okay.
Every other president wasn't a business-minded man. They were politicians. That. Trump is literally doing what's in the best interest for this country, strategically.
And there he goes.
Mm-hmm. But it's just, I don't know if I don't believe it's anybody other than we may be stuck in this cloudflare.
No. You can't blame that, because that's the case. I'd be bouncing out. Your restream. Are you set up for 2 or 3 people at a time?
I'm set up for 6 people, and we've had 4 people.
I would reach out to restream again, because if there was a problem with the whole worldwide whatever, I'd be bouncing out. And this is the second broadcast.
No, it's not.
It's the other guy bouncing out.
That's the thing. It's not a problem with the entire interweb thingy. It's a problem with selected parts of the internet web thingy. And it could be that eventually that's going to become the way that we do it.
Then I must be special, because every time I've been on your show, I haven't been bounced out.
But it's not. That means that it's not bothering you going to restream and restream sending you to me. So that could very well be. That's how they explained it to me this morning, is that it could be in Tennessee coming to restream, coming to me. So it could just happen. But if that's the way it's going to be, we're either going to deal with it on my end and as best as we can, or we're not. And I mean, I don't think we're not, because I enjoy doing this so much. It could just be that that's the way of the future. That's the next step in the war of what some socialist media companies do.
You want to try and bring him back?
They get rid of what they don't want. But I have a plan to go after. I can't bring him back because he's not here. He hasn't come back. It's only you and me. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. And again, the FB may not have gone after me. I tell people all the time, because it's true. I've been here for 17 years, and I seem to enjoy every luxury plus some that you're not supposed to get, except I got bad numbers, because Algorithm and his team have made sure I don't get.
But to answer William's question, when the 2000, actually, in my case, it'd be $4,000, because my wife and I would get it. When the 4,000 shows up, my wife and I have already agreed to replace the carpet in our house. Now, we rent, okay, and replacing carpet wouldn't seem to be on me. I'm doing it because I don't intend to leave this house until I'm being carried out in a stretcher, okay? And the house is like 35, 38 years old, and the carpet's starting to show its way. The nice thing is that when I do major repairs like replacing carpet, my landlord will deduct some of the money from my rent. So he does give back a little bit. So our intention, and the fact that the damage to the carpet is on us, because we had a bunny back in the day, and Randy, being stupid, didn't cage the bunny. And we were not aware that bunnies like to eat carpet.
Well, I said to Donna, when it shows up, that she's more than welcome to do with what she wants to do with hers. I'm going to buy myself a steering wheel and a set of pedals, and then give whatever is left to my wife and say, I hope there's my contribution. Is it going to come? Yeah. When? I don't know. And is everyone going to get it? No. From what I see now, no. Some people are not going to get it. Is there another way to make sure everybody in America that is entitled to it gets it? Yeah, I'm sure there is. Are they going to do that? No, probably not. But maybe, like I started to say, is that it's the first step in a tariff-based society that gets us moving to a tariff-based society. And then sooner or later, you might get paid not to work. Which
The problem is that these other countries are charging us tariffs on the products we buy from them. So why should we not do the exact same thing? And that's what Trump's doing.
Well,
he's using it as a political tool. Either you get your shit together, or I'm going to raise your blah 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 110%.
But if you stop, but if your tariff goes up 150%, you don't send stuff here anymore, and you charge that 150% tariff to the United States. I think Trump actually wants that. If the tariff on U.S.-made goods goes up 150% in some countries, he said to the people that run those countries, I'm just going to do whatever I have to do to get those companies to move back to the United States because they were all here before.
Can you share that for me? This is going to be our World of Nature video section.
Well, we're going to try it. We're going to try it. We're going to try it. There we go.
That is a spider web.
Okay.
In Greece.
Okay.
110,000 spiders are estimated to be inside that thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is the thing that sci-fi movies are made from. But there's so many things in our world that we have not yet even begun to discover or realize is out there. There's I watched some videos where these guys go caving and so forth, and they go into the water and they go up and they come up, and there's this like a whole new subterranean world of trees and bushes and shit growing because of the temperate climate and so forth. But there's so much going on in our world that we need to do more discovery of where we live and just enjoy life as a whole. In our neighborhood, we have deer, we have rabbits, we have fox. Every now and then, a lion comes through. But I guess maybe because I'm old now, I'm starting to realize there's things that appeal to me more than when I was younger. But anyways, Thanksgiving. You guys getting ready for Thanksgiving?
We are getting ready for Thanksgiving. We are spending it with family.
So what is the Thanksgiving meal going to look like at the Glovin residence?
No, it's somewhere else. I won't name them, but I'm assuming it is a large turkey next to a smaller turkey. Oh, excuse me, I was just told it's a large turkey. Which means that it's a fairly large turkey because there's 4 pounds, 24 pounds, because there are, let me see if I can count in my head. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, and us is 6. So there are 6 people that have to feed off of turkey. Plus, I know that there will be sweet potatoes, mashed potatoes, stuffing, some kind of
Now, what kind
dessert.
of stuff do you guys do?
What kind of stuffing are we doing?
It's like a bread stuffing.
A bread stuffing.
My dad always did the oyster stuffing, clam stuffing, some kind of fish stuffing. He always did that. Unfortunately, my household, to keep everyone happy with me, my son's family, we don't do turkey because they don't like turkey. So we're doing chicken.
My brother-in-law, sir, did ham and turkey. So the people that wanted a kosher Thanksgiving ate ham, and the people that didn't ate turkey.
Speaking of kosher, I just found my one client. I think it was Dakota Welch.
Yep.
He is related to the King of Jerusalem.
Okay, I don't know if I'm related to the King of Jerusalem.
Well, I know you're not, but I'm saying I'm pretty sure it's Dakota Welch, my one client. I just found that out 2 days ago that he is related to the King of Jerusalem. And I think that's pretty damn cool.
Now, it is cool. Now, I would assume that anyone who is related to anywhere in the 12 tribes is probably related to each other.
Oh yeah, I mean,
but so I mean, where you've told me that I'm related to King David, I would imagine that at some point we crossed into being related to the King of Jerusalem and so on and so forth. But Randy does a fantastic job doing what he does. He lives, eats, breathes, and I could say something else, but my wife is working. Your genealogy. He will find things that you might not find yourself, and you should talk to him if you're even remotely interested in getting your ancestry going.
The sad thing is, I was going to say sad, but the curious thing is that all my clients are from the South. And it's not that I market or advertise only to Southern groups. I don't do that. It's that they are more concerned with their relationship to a Confederate soldier. Now, I just did pick up one Yankee. He's actually an insurance agent. But, maybe it's because of the groups I belong to. Maybe if I expand out to more, non-Southern groups, I might pick up some Yankees. But they are very big about their Southern heritage, and in fact, there's some political things going on where, and I'm getting more information about something on my broadcast next week. But something to do with VA benefits and those who are related to Confederate soldiers, or some kind of law that's trying to be passed to get those benefits to those people. So. To recognize a Confederate soldier as a veteran to get veteran benefits to the descendants. I think that's what it is.
If we're not, I guess we should. But I don't know how the North won the war, so I guess I don't know what they're doing with the South, other than they obviously didn't split. So since they didn't split, I don't know. I mean, I just think that if you're entitled to it, you should get it regardless of where you are.
Yeah, the sad thing is that yes, the South lost a war, and they lost it because of, in my opinion, stupid decisions on generals on how they did their fighting. But 150 years later, the people in the South are still being punished for the attempt to split the country.
Okay.
And which is unusual, because if you look at how the United States reacts with the countries that we went to war with, like Japan and Germany and so forth, we're not still punishing them. In fact, we're building them up. We're giving them
Well,
money. We're giving them military protection.
In Japan's case, I've said that we they came over here and did whatever they did, and we went over there and made sure they want to understand that you never do that again.
Yeah.
And we did it in such a way that we kind of were obligated to go in there and rebuild it. The trading of technology, the car companies, I don't want to get into that game, but if you drop a bomb that blows up a country, you're kind of obligated to go in there and.
Oh, come on! But at the same time, look how much money we made rebuilding their cities.
Well, that's the only reason we did it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because moving our technology over there might have been a good thing at the time, but now you have Trump saying, it's time to bring you home and have you do what you need to do here. But I don't know. It's an interesting time to be alive and watch all of this. I'm starting to wonder if they all, on both sides of the aisle, are heavily involved in the Epstein list, which one day they tell you isn't there, then the next day they tell you it is there, then the next day it's sitting on my desk, then the next day it's sitting somewhere else, then the next day you listen to Madam Maxwell in her testimony tell the Department of Justice there is no list. There was nobody getting blackmailed. There is this, there is that. There wasn't this, there wasn't that. I don't know. I just wish that they would deal with it and in a way that just drops it on the table, and those that want to keep dealing with it can keep dealing with it. Personally, I think it's going to be a big mess because it's going to list a bunch of Democrats, it's going to list a bunch of Republicans, and it's going to list a bunch of leaders around the world. And, what do we, some people want to know, some people don't care because it happened. And,
I just hope that after all this shenanigans about the Epstein files, that someone goes to jail.
Well, but
if no one goes to jail or lose their job, then that was all for naught.
But I think it's being used as a diversion, and it's being used as a diversion by the Democrats because they didn't win the shutdown.
Yeah.
They didn't get, they wanted $1.5 trillion, which they knew they weren't going to get. And they wanted to insure illegal immigrants, and they knew they weren't going to get that. And I'm sure there's a bunch of other stuff they knew that they just weren't going to get. And, rather than harping on that, they decided to harp on the nearest thing they could find. The Epstein files. To me, you can't just say Trump's name was in there 37 million times because that doesn't mean that he was involved in anything illegal. It just means that his name could have been in there. Barack Obama's name is in there. Barack Obama is alleged of being involved in illegal things in there. So I actually think, in all honesty, that President Trump is trying to keep it where it needs to be. The file may be there, the list of people around the world may be there, but you know what? In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really mean anything because most of those people are dead anyway. I mean, it does mean something, but most of those people are dead anyway. So, I mean, go on and deal with the day-to-day problems that we have in the world. Learn from the situation, if that's what you want, to make sure that it doesn't happen again. I mean, it does happen again. We have men and women that go to jail for years and get executed because of something they did to a child 50 or 60 years ago. Stop that from happening. A guy was recently, I forget which state it was, I think it was Florida, recently was shot to death. He got a firing squad judgment, and he raped a child that was under 12 years old. No man, no woman should rape a child under 12 years old, period. You just don't do it. But the sad thing about that judgment and the sad thing about the guy being put to death is it's not going to stop anything, as I always say, because someone else is going to do it again. Why? Because they're stupid.
In some respect, I think what they do in the Middle East is one way of stopping people. If you get caught stealing, they cut off a finger. And they keep doing that. You get caught, raping someone, they stone you to death. Maybe these people aren't being punished to a point to where it's going to make someone else decide not to do it. And I got to jump off. It's after 11.
Okay.
So,
right, Randy.
Take care.
Always a pleasure to have you on. We'll do it again on Friday. Hopefully.
Red Shirt Friday.
Red Shirt Friday. Red Shirt Friday. For those of you that don't know Red Shirt Friday, we salute everyone that is involved in everything. And that's basically the men and women of the United States military, the men and women of ICE, the men and women of the National Guard, the men and women of state and local law enforcement. And we have put in there the men and women first responders because they're an important part of it too. So we offer the floor to families of those in the military. We offer the floor to men and women who are in those things that we mentioned, if they want to come on and say hello to their families, if they can. Not everybody is in a position that they're able to do it, but if they are, they're more than welcome. And then we go into the usual whatever we do here, because I don't know what we do here all the time. We just do it sometimes. Anyway, we are no longer on at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We have moved back to 10 o'clock Eastern on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And the main reason was to try to bring more people onto the program. It just seems to be better than trying to get people around the country at 8:30 when it's 2 a.m. there for one person and 4 a.m. there for another person. So I think in my fantasy world, one of these days, I'd like to build a studio that I wouldn't bother anybody with if I was in there doing something between midnight and 6 a.m. But that's just me. Anyway, go have a fantastic Thanksgiving if we don't see you before Thanksgiving. And then come back and tell us what you did during that time. My eyes are kind of not working quite 100%. I have to make the font bigger on things for my new glasses, but there it is. I just have to turn my head up so I can read it. Bobby says, yeah, that part, inject money into the economy, make some folks happy, drive down the national debt, and give them some thumbs up going into the midterms. Well, it could all be political, but, would you like to not have to pay taxes in this country if you make $200,000 a year or less? I mean, I can say not paying taxes would be a fantastic thing because I don't pay the federal government taxes on my income because it was collected as a tax. I don't pay the state of Florida income tax because they don't charge income tax. So, So I'm blessed kind of on both ends. But I've never thought income tax was the way we should do it on people under $200,000 a year, particularly because most of them can't afford to do it anyway. And income tax was created so that, give me just a moment as I shut things off because it's 11:11. There it is. But, income tax was created so that the federal government had a source of income. Find another way to operate the federal government, because a lot of the federal government, if we took the money away from it, would go away because we really don't need them anyway. And that point of view goes back to Ronald Reagan. We had swelled our government up to some big thing that we really don't need a lot of. So you have to think about that. But anyway, it is 11:11, and I'm going to say goodbye for this one, and we'll be back Friday morning. And maybe I'll wear headphones. I don't know. Maybe I won't. I'm sitting in what is my studio space. And like I said, I put headphones on because people around me don't have to hear what I'm talking about, but people around me hear what I'm talking about anyway. So, yeah, do what you got to do. Anyway, go off and have a great Thanksgiving. And we will see you when we see you. Boogie with the Bull for Wednesday, the 19th of November.